distinguished delegates in this very august gathering, ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed a pleasure to be in the midst of this very august gathering today. I take this opportunity to commend the efforts and the initiatives of NAR India and APRA, both, who have put together this very inspiring event, if I may say so. It's very difficult to really identify where to start and where to end in a debate of this kind or in an exposition on this subject. It's complex, it is challenging. A lot of issues which have been outlined by my previous speaker, Mr. Jain, are very thought-provoking. Not that they have not been spoken about earlier, but we have not been able to find solutions yet. The housing finance sector has grown over the last 2 decades, and more particularly, specifically since the turn of the century. There has been considerable expansion in the flow of funds into housing. There has been expansion in the supply of housing, both through institutional funds as well as through non-institutional funds. We have been able to integrate the housing finance market with the broader economy, with the broader financial system, not only domestic, but also global. And this has been part and parcel of the growth story of the Indian economy over the past 15 years or so, since the early 90s. There has been one disconnect in all this story, and that's where I'll pick up the thread from and try and see if I can, with some effort, try and put the challenges in certain perspectives, and which is very important. The disconnect is that when the economy of the country embarked upon the reform process in the early 90s, majority of the sectors were opening up to the domestic and the international market forces. The financial sector particularly, which was a very sheltered sector and protected, started opening out to the broader market forces. The real estate sector and the real estate financing sector, as the financing arm of the real estate or financing arm of the housing, was also part and parcel of this financial system.